A pleasant good evening from the Paradise Coast, where we bring you a pivotal tussle between a pair of clubs desperate to end rocky runs of form. FC Naples hosts Portland Hearts of Pine, and tonight's match is presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal. We say hello and welcome from Naples, Florida. I'm Sam Goldfarb, thrilled to bring you the second and final league meeting of the year between these two clubs. And the first was a doozy in Portland on April 19th. Ollie Wright getting the hosts off to a fast start on 36 minutes, chipping the goalkeeper Lalo Delgado and giving the Hearts a big advantage early on. But Naples would fire back despite being down for the majority of this fixture. Max Glasser would salvage a result with this sensational first-time strike in the 87th minute. Just 3 minutes from full time, Naples clawing a point from the jaws of defeat. We'll see if either of these two sides can establish separation this time around. And when you look at recent form for both these clubs, leaves a lot to be desired, right? For Naples, just one victory in the last 5 league matches. They've been outscored by a 12-6 margin. For Portland, not much better in terms of their wins in that span. These two sides level on points, both 4 points below the playoff cut line. They need results. And for Naples, they need inspiration in the final third. They'll be hoping tonight's player to watch, presented by Parker Hudson Homes, can provide it. It is Gio Miglietti who leads the line tonight after a spell as an emergency center back for the better part of the last month. Matt Pullen has raved about his versatility. This is a Naples side that has been starved for answers in the striker spot. They're hoping Miglietti can be that answer here tonight. And his opposite number is also a number 9 for Portland Hearts of Pine. It's Abubakar Kamara, who's in very tremendous form of late. 3 goals in his last 2 matches, including a breakout brace last time out against Richmond in a performance that helped end a major rut for Portland in league play. They'll be hoping he can continue his form in this one. Well, we are just about ready for the 5th all-time meeting between FC Naples and Portland Hearts of Pine. Both these teams looking to kickstart a playoff push. We'll see who can do it when we return.
Luxury isn't just about where you live, it's about how you live. At Parker Hudson Homes, we craft bespoke residences where elegance meets effortless comfort. From custom builds to refined remodels, every detail is designed around you, your style, your vision, your way of living. Create a home that's truly yours and discover Parker Hudson Homes today.
See your shot land on a perfectly manicured fairway. Hear the pop of a paddle meeting the ball. Feel the excitement of cheering on your team for the big win. And when the final whistle blows or the last putt drops, the day is far from over. Because here, world-class play meets white sand beaches and award-winning dining. One visit and you'll see why this is paradise in every sense. Experience it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Fourth of July weekend getting underway here in Naples, Florida, and we are just about set to kick off another weekend of USL League One action as FC Naples hosts Portland Hearts of Pine. Let's get a look at the starting 11s which are presented by VCC Roofing. Here is your look at the FC Naples 11. Two changes from the 1-0 defeat on June 20th against Chattanooga Red Wolves. Gio Miglietti moves from center back to lead the line. Andres Farin and Mark Torres both limited tonight amongst the reserves as Josh Yoder slots back in alongside Luca Mastrantonio. Their opposite number in Portland makes just one change, but it's a pretty sizable one. No Ollie Wright, he's out with illness tonight, so as a result, Josh Drack, a listed fullback, fills in at left attacking mid. Abubakar Kamara looks to continue his scorching hot form as Diego Gonzalez anchors him underneath. Just about ready to get everything underway here from Naples, Florida. It is a pair of sides looking to knife 4-point gaps between themselves and the playoff cut line. And we are underway here from the Paradise Coast. A pair of second-year clubs looking to kickstart returns to the postseason if all breaks right. Sam Goldfarb taking you through this one. We thank you for joining us. It is a Naples side that has really notably been through one of its more trying periods in the club's young history. 5 consecutive defeats in all comps, just one victory in the last 13 games. And Matt Pullen mentioning part of that a product of inexperience, but also they are lacking attention to detail in key moments. That has to be rectified if they are to get a result against the Portland squad that just thoroughly punished Richmond despite a shaky vein of form itself. Here's the first touch from Jaden Jones-Riley, who finds Diogo Barbosa, making yet another start in the heart of midfield. And it is a quick break forward for Portland that results in the match's first corner.
Corner kick for Portland, brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
Well, corner kicks tonight presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. And it is the first crack at things for the Hearts. It appears that Diego Gonzalez will take the set piece, and he takes it short. Drack whipping cross in, only as far as Michel Punengeron, who loses out, and space to break for Chris Garcia. James Riley, the only man back, does well enough to hold him up. Those are the moments where a season ago, Naples so decisive on the counter. Matt Pullen mentioning they're not taking their chances as effectively this year. It's been something they've emphasized in the week since their last fixture. Macias. Cisneros. Immediately dispossessed by Gonzalez. Punengeron sprays it ahead towards Kamara. Delgado deals with it awkwardly, but does deal with it. Well, fans, it's time for tonight's injury report, which is presented by the law offices of Mark L. Shapiro, big enough to handle serious cases, small enough to care. None officially reported for Naples, but as we mentioned, the two limited earlier. Ollie Wright out due to illness for Portland. They don't expect that will be long-term, but he did not travel with Hearts this weekend. So for Portland's side, that just put 5 past Richmond is to continue and build off that promising performance. They'll have to do it without their talisman, who has fueled them in both goals and assists going forward this year. And you just wonder where that inspiration will come from. Diego Gonzalez would be the primary candidate, someone who's gotten off to a fast start since joining on loan from Houston Dynamo Dos last month. Without Ollie Wright, without the pace and creativity he offers on that left flank, certainly do lose a lot on the wings. Antonio, one-time League One veteran. This is Jalen Yearwood, a player who signed a little under a month ago from Orlando City B. He's been very pleased with him. Zealous from O'Connor. Kevin O'Connor's been the paragon of consistency throughout the bulk of his Naples tenure. This year pacing the club in assists across all comps, but did give away the penalty in that 1-0 defeat at Chattanooga Red Wolves. A rare individual mistake in a cagey 0-0 fixture that ultimately afforded Chattanooga the golden opportunity to score that they required. It was another disappointing defeat for FC Naples. 5th on the spin. It is one of the worst runs in the club's young history, one that has seen them go winless for 7 games at one point, which is the most prolonged period without a victory in club history. When you think about last season and the start they got off to and the fact that they were able to maintain that all the way to a 4th place finish in the league, it is admittedly a high bar to meet, without the likes of Carson Henderlong and a few others providing that attacking inspiration. During this rut, you've seen the final third output go by the wayside. It's now time for our keys to the match, which are presented by Florida's Paradise Coast. For Naples taking their chances keep, Matt Pullins mentioned that over the course of this rut, they have not finished their opportunities well enough. For Portland, pressing with a purpose. Bobby Murphy speaking about how in the Westchester match a couple weeks ago, they were overzealous and chased the match more than pressed, and it left them exposed on the break. Says that tonight they need to maintain what they did in the second half of that Richmond match and press with a little more cohesion. There's Mastro Antonio, sprays it long. Away by drag. On the other end of things for Portland, it was definitely a tough spell for them as well. Had won just 1-6 across all comps before a must-win situation against Richmond. As this falls nicely, matched over by William Aravallo, but it's a positive sign of intent from the hosts. And the first chance falls the way of William Aravallo, who's in decent form himself. Just lets this settle on his boot. It was audacious, but it was not a bad effort by any means. Hunter Morse can ultimately watch it sail high and wide, though. But talking to Bobby Murphy, he mentioned how during that rocky spell of form, his side almost chased matches too much and let things unravel. There was a lack of attention to detail, and he said fine margins define fixtures in this league. Finally, we're able to set things right against Richmond in a second half performance that saw them score thrice in a 13-minute span, effectively put it to bed. Jones Riley played a big key in that as an overlapping right back. Kunenjaran. Fay. Lovely ball wide for Jaden Jones-Riley. He's an adventurous fullback, full fitness. Barbosa looking for Jones-Riley, who does get there. Ricochets off Cisneros and pinged back into the mix. Barbosa. That's a late challenge. That may draw the referee's ire. From now, Georgialides off the hook. You get your look at Matt Poland. Year 2 for him. A very successful inaugural season for Naples a season ago, in which they set the league record for most matches unbeaten to begin a campaign by a team in their inaugural season last year. And they continue to build on that throughout the bulk of last season. A team that finished 4th and ultimately reached the semifinals before falling in narrow fashion to the eventual champions One Knox. But this year, it's a much more inexperienced group, and he's talked about that, how it's been more of a learning curve for a lot of his squad, not to mention that they've really lacked answers up front. A team that last season had the luxury of Carson Henderlong, someone who contributed to north of 40% of their league goals a year ago. Been waiting to find that true answer up top. And bounce between a false nine look with Farine and playing Miglietti up front. Says that right now there is no true answer. It's something we're still looking for, and it may be something that we have to address by committee through our wing play and beyond. Jones-Riley dances past Taylor Gray and continues his run, bypassing Cisneros. It's a lovely cross in. Kamara skies it.
Goal kick.
It was a golden chance for a man in fine form, and he didn't take it. Jones-Riley does so well here. Just rude. Bypasses Cisneros. A terrific cross that's too tight on Delgado, and Kamara nearly was able to pounce. You have to wonder what Bobby Murphy thinks about a chance like that. His side so clinical a week and a half ago against Richmond. And tonight, squandering a big one. He's someone who also led a really successful inaugural season for Portland a year ago. In fact, he guided Portland Hearts of Pine within a penalty kick of the USL League One final. Fell to Spokane Velocity in one of the most thrilling fixtures in league history. That saw Neil Vignal score the latest goal in league history. Let's mention how this year it also has been a bit of a rebuilding process. The likes of Nathan Messer and a few others moving to the next level. Despite a promising start themselves, if not for that Richmond performance, they would have gone into the USL break with a lot of pent-up frustration and aggression. Lynx also knows that this is a learning curve. Last season, his squad starting out with the most draws in the league through the opening 5 months, and then they started to string things together at the key moments of the campaign. Finished 7th, but going into the playoffs, it never felt like they were just that. Cross deflected out of play for Naples' first corner of the night. Chris Garcia is still slow to return to his feet.
Corner kick for FC Naples, brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
You see this vertical ball forward. Garcia takes it down nicely as he's trying to shield off Drac. Took a hand to the face. That's what ultimately sends him tumbling to the turf. There was a yellow card shown to Josh Drac as well. So first Naples corner of the match. It is presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. First real chance for Naples to threaten as Kevin O'Connor stands over it. Taken short. Garcia, it's an appetizing ball in. That's what Aravalo reached first and ultimately ricocheted out for yet another set piece.
Brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
So it is O'Connor again, team's leader in assists with 3 in league play. Arcs in, it's inviting, made away by Mbake Faye. Only as far as Cisneros. There was venom in it, but not enough dip. He is a goal dangerous fullback, Julian Cisneros, and he's not shy about having a pop. Second-year player who's become one of the veteran leaders in short order this season for Naples. Gonzalez. Jones-Riley. It's good to see him back to full fitness. He missed the bulk of last year with an ACL tear. It's Diego Gonzalez, the Dynamo Dosloni. Jones-Riley continues his run. Another inviting cross. This time just lacked a counterpart to play it into.
Corner kick for Portland.
Take a touch out for a corner though.
Anderson, trust your home to Anderson.
Presented by Anderson, trust your home to Anderson. Diego Gonzalez is getting target practice on this far flank. Designated taker with Ollie right out. It is just start number 4 for him, but he's made an impression rather quickly. In-swinger. Headed away at the near post. Angeron's follow-up is underwhelming. It's given away by Miglietti. Now Cisneros away from the danger. Barbosa. O'Connor. So much experience. Played in the top flight of Irish football for numerous years. Now Gray. Dances inside. But didn't have the sting required. He's one of the players Matt Pullen is hoping can answer the goal-scoring question. In the midst of this spell where they've won 1 of 13 across all comps, Naples has not exactly scored prolifically. It's a team that has only managed 10 goals in the last 13 matches, and Taylor Gray himself is someone still hoping to get his league account going. Has yet to score or assist in league play after serving as a somewhat more impactful presence a year ago. Macias. Yearwood. His 3rd consecutive league start. Jalitas upended. Fans watch the USL on ESPN2 July 11th for a Prince Tires USL Cup Interleague matchup. Championship club San Antonio FC aims to clinch Group 3 with a win over League One opponent Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, determined to spoil the party. Saturday, July 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. All part of the expanded platform the USL is receiving on ESPN and the CBS family of networks. Last night, AC Boise on ESPN2, falling at the hands of one Knoxville, the reigning champions, in a real thriller. It's all part of the summer of soccer that rages on. That's a well-weighted pass and a real chance for Portland that Delgado neutralizes. Georgialides denied from point-blank range, and Delgado may have paid the price. 2 massive opportunities for Hearts go by the wayside, and Lalo Delgado has made an obstacle of himself. It's a perfectly timed ball. Georgialides is onside. Delgado, after the fact, may have been clattered into by his own teammate.
Get enough soccer? Join us after the game on the Great Lawn for the big Colombia
versus
take that
Ghana
contact. Round of 32 match at 9:30. Again, Colombia versus Ghana. Right after this game.
He's someone who throws his body in the mix, Lalo Delgado. He's no stranger to bumps and bruises. It's another one there, and they're just hoping he can continue. Josh Grant, the 19-year-old, already warming up. In the instance he has to come in, he's proven capable when called upon, but Delgado is the leader and someone who's been a top goalkeeper in USL League One for the better part of the last 4 years. He's having a word with the physios. 28-year-old Delgado, someone who is an all-league selection in the past. Set a single-season league record with 13 clean sheets in the 2023 campaign during his time with Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Joined Naples ahead of their inaugural season last year and has been untouchable between the sticks when healthy. But this season, a few more nagging knocks than usual. It's forced Grant into action on occasion. See Bobby Murphy continuing to have a word with his defenders. His side has created 2 glaring chances. The inability to take both of them is what still leaves us in a 0-0 situation. This is a team that, as the game wears on, and especially if it opens up, can prove so lethal, as evidenced by their second half performance against Richmond in late June. 4 goals after halftime, including 3 in a 13-minute stretch. It seems Delgado is content to continue, so that's a welcome sight for all Naples fans, as well as fans of the league. Back underway for now. Green and Bakefe have solidified themselves as the two starters when available. This is Drac, joined from Westchester in early April, and Bobby Murphy says he's a vibes guy, someone who uplifts the dressing room even in difficult runs.
Goal kick, FC Naples.
Well, fans, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. So 20 minutes gone in this one. A battle of second-year sides looking to reduce gaps between themselves and the postseason line in USL League One. Sam Goldfarb bringing you all of the action. A 0-0 affair thus far, but Portland with two massive chances. Abubakar Kamara inside the opening 10 minutes, bashing a follow-up over the bar, and moments ago, Konstantinos Georgilidis denied from tight range by Lalo Delgado. It has been Hearts on the front foot. It is Naples still looking for a foothold in this one. Long throw coming here for Portland. Passed away by Aravalo. Punenjaran. Jones-Riley, probably the brightest performer among anyone else on the pitch. It is nice to see his full capabilities, Jayden Jones-Riley, someone who spent the opening 2 years of his pro career in the next pro ranks, was signed last season. They intended for him to play a massive role, but suffered an ACL tear very early on. And even in his return, was dealt another blow to his knee, a kneecap patella-related issue that cost him more time, but finally a regular in the 11 again. And as he's gotten this consistent run of games, you're seeing the full possibilities of what he can achieve. As on cue, he wins this set piece for Portland. Offers another opportunity for Diego Gonzalez and company to ask questions of this Naples back line. It's Gonzalez who arcs it in. A dangerous ball. Bakefe grappling for it. Put away by Yearwood. As far as Punenjaran, though, can make a case that last season, Michel Punenjaran, one of the more underrated midfielders in the league, plays this forward to Abubakar Kamara. Drac. Dancing through traffic. Cross deflected. Right now, Portland is just pinned Naples so far deep in their own half. Side with few answers so far. You have to figure, he'll feel there's a little to be desired here. He's mentioned how this is a team that is still going through the ups and downs, and he says it's been important to keep a level head. He's been preaching with his lads that when we opened the year in flying form, we probably weren't as good as we thought we were. And now that we're struggling, I don't think we're as bad as we feel right now. It'll just take a result or two to flip the script. He emphasizes so much about winning habits and staying true to their identity. is a side that can absorb pressure and break with ferocity. Figure if they can get a result or two to go in their favor, this could turn around real fast. He's a coach that is used to winning wherever he's been, in Niso with Chicago House. And of course, last season with Naples, finished the highest among any of the expansion clubs. Here's Macias. Yearwood. Drafted in the top 10 of this year's MLS Super Draft. Never put it together with Orlando, but the second team ranks, played a number of different positions, and Matt Pullins mentioned that versatility is invaluable. There's Garcia. Gives it away this time. George Elitas. He ticked closer and closer to the half-hour mark. Still await the first warning shot from Naples, with the exception of the Aravalo half volley that went well high and well wide. There's been really nothing doing for them towards the final third just yet. Cisneros. This time given away. There are options forward for Portland. Gonzalez clipped down by Cisneros. He is a combative fullback, to say the least. He's not shy about getting in a challenge. It's what makes him so effective. Maybe fortunate to escape any further discipline with that tackle, though. Target practice for Diego Gonzalez. Something of an assist magnet. It's hooked forward. It's an inviting ball. Bakefe challenged for it. And the whistle finally sounds against Tarts. Here's Gray. Looking for the run of Miglietti. Ball didn't have enough on it. Here's O'Connor. Looks forward. Miglietti on the turn, looking for an avenue to shoot. Brought down in the area. Loud appeals from the Naples fans waved away. And there is the first proper touch from Gio Miglietti to make a menace of himself as a more physical presence up top. Fans, for those joining us, we apologize for any technical difficulties on this broadcast. Still no score between Naples and Portland. Two teams on 17 points. That's 4 points south of the top 8. So if one of these sides can procure a victory, it would go a long way to reducing that gap as we officially hit the midway point of the league season here in early July. Cisneros. Gray. Sprang up to Jones Riley. Was hoping to bounce it beyond him. Jones Riley read that step for step. You're beginning to see why Bobby Murphy values him so highly. O'Connor. Pressured wide to Gray. Now you're starting to see Naples find their footing. This is Narrows. It's done by Jones Riley again. They've hit the 30-minute mark. Still await the first sucker punch. Portland with the two best chances of the match, but Naples now finding themselves from a possessional perspective. And that will take us to a hydration break. Well, it is a warm one in Naples. Temperatures right around the 85-degree threshold, and you know how Southwest Florida gets. Humid and relentlessly so. And so, as a result, we will take a quick breather in this one. It is still no score between Naples and Portland. Naples starting to find some momentum, though. And now the question is, can they poke holes in this Hearts back line?
FC Naples fans, a quick reminder that due to a schedule change earlier this year,
fans, it gives us a chance to remind you that you can watch the USL on ESPN2 July 11th for Prince Tire's USL Cup Interleague matchup. Championship club San Antonio FC aims to clinch Group 3 with a win over League One opponent Chattanooga Red Wolves SC, determined to spoil the party. Saturday, July 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Well, that is the growing platform of USL Championship and League One, and that interleague matchup will certainly be one to behold. San Antonio side that is looking to pick off last season's second place finisher in the table in Chattanooga in League One. Get your look at Bobby Murphy still marking out instructions to his group. He's someone who's been successful wherever he's been. I think what gets overlooked in his illustrious coaching career is his previous stop at St. Louis City 2. And for those that know Next Pro, the personnel turnover is relentless. You're dealing with academy products coming up, players who you fancy as mainstays moving up to the first team. And without that consistent stable of players, Bobby Murphy still led his team to the second best record and the Western Conference Finals in his last year in Next Pro, following a strong campaign the year before that. And he carried that over a season ago to League One, built an entire roster up, and his Portland side has not just captivated the League One audiences with their play on the pitch, but with the atmosphere they create. And it is a side that consistently sells matches out at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Naples not known for having a poor crowd themselves. In fact, they turn out in mass at times, and the crowd here out for this 4th of July weekend matchup. See the U.S. men's national team kid for the lad on the left. It's been an eventful week for him and American soccer fans across the globe. Of course, the 2-0 victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina on Wednesday night sets up the tussle with Belgium in the round of 16. Naples doing a doubleheader here tonight. Their match and then a 9:30 screening of the Colombia round of 32 fixture right after this. We've also hosted fans for U.S. men's national team screening, so it's been a really fun one and a really positive experience for Naples fans to be able to watch their team and then watch the beautiful game at the highest level. Now a chance brewing here for Portland. Georgialides muscled off it. O'Connor. Gray. Cisneros chasing after it and wins the foot race with Green. He has kept this in play. And now spaced across. Cisneros cuts inside, lays it off. Still loose for Garcia. And now he drives it goalward and rockets it off the outside of the side netting. Took a touch as well, though, and the Portland defense just switched off. Kamali Green seems certain it went out of play. Cisneros does well to stick with it, and then he cuts inside, just can't quite find the angle. Arvalo's effort blocked away, and then this is not a bad follow-up at all from Chris Garcia. Forces the defender to knock it out, and it is a corner now. Presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. In-swinger from O'Connor. Morse punches away. Falls for Cisneros! Terrific save. Still loose for O'Connor. Can't bend it to the back stick. Julian Cisneros nearly provided another spectacular. And he's scored goals like this in the past. Think the AV Alta road match in late June of last year. And he hits it almost identically. The only difference is Morse reads it to perfection and gets just enough on it. And last year's save leader in USL League One passes his first major test with flying colors. Well, he's someone Hunter Morse, Bobby Murphy says, has taken a bigger leadership role this year. He's been a little more vocal and also has just been a little more confident between the sticks. Someone who's joined third in the league in saves this year after making a bevy of tremendous stops to keep them in the postseason chase a year ago. Jones-Riley. It's a dipping ball. Mastrantonio out of danger. Now across to the back post, and no one there to greet it, although Drac will track it down. Barbosa. And Giron. Green. Jones-Riley. Punanjaran. Portland undeterred after that Cisneros effort. On the palms of Morse. Naples' defensive organization, though, far more cohesive than perhaps it was in the opening 10. It is Jones-Riley who will arc in another long throw. It's an inviting one away from Garcia. Ping forward. Gray has room to give chase. Morse wins that foot race by a country mile, though. Gonzalez. Still looking to find a way to put his imprints on this. Jones-Riley. Hits the cross. Track runs it down. By Yearwood. Well inside the final 10 minutes now of this first half. It's Portland with the better of the chances, but Naples beginning to test hearts themselves, and it's making for an intriguing conclusion in this first half. It's a fast start from the visitors, and since then, the hosts have started to put their fingerprints on it. Great. O'Connor. Cisneros. Yearwood. Touched along by Garcia. Evans has to clear it and does so on a play for a corner. Former Naples man conceding a corner to the hosts in the business end of this first half. This presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson, and more opportunities for Kevin O'Connor to test this Portland back line. Remember, the last corner resulted in Cisneros' tremendous volley effort that stung Morse's hands. It's an in-swinger. Far too tight on Green. Garcia into the mix. Yearwood. Macias. It's a decent cross. Falls for Chris Garcia, who's hunting an angle. Too many red and white shirts in the mix. Snatched back by Arevalo, though, only temporarily. Gonzalez. Well, fans, if you are just joining us, we apologize for the technical difficulties. It is Naples and Portland Hearts of Pine in a key six-pointer just below the playoff line in USL League One. Sam Goldfarb bringing you all of the action. Portland, two glaring chances, then Cisneros nearly produced an absolute spectacular about 5 minutes ago, and that's where we find ourselves. Portland builds out of that pressure masterfully. Sprayed towards Kamara. Slight miscommunication, but Delgado does get there. You have to wonder what Bobby Murphy's thought process is here, because the level has clearly dropped from the opening 20 minutes or so. Far less control and incision. Meanwhile, Naples is starting to flash semblances of both. Gray over the top towards Miglietti. Bake Fay wins that tussle, and the flag was raised anyways. Well, fans can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL MLS Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Cisneros. Appeals for the whistle, ignored. Referee waves play on. And now the whistle sounds. Arevalo, clever flick. Too far for Garcia. Get it back here. Arevalo, someone who's found decent form himself. A trio of goals since the midway point of May. Cisneros inverting once again. Decent cross in and headed home. FC Naples nudges themselves in front, and it's Chris Garcia back amongst the goals. 1-0. A welcome return to form for Chris Garcia, who logs his first goal since mid-April, and it comes off of a delicious ball from Julian Cisneros, right into the path of the 23-year-old, and all he has to do is nod it beyond Morse. Naples fires back after a slow start, and they take the lead on the stroke of halftime. Chris Garcia got off to a tremendous start to the season, a goal and 2 assists in the first 2 league matches, but since then, the tallies waned, suffered an injury as well that kept him out for some time, but now back in the regular 11 and back amongst the goals. He produces the hop-sized goal that gives FC Naples the advantage just before intermission. It's now time for our classic Diamond Plumbing stoppage time. 4 minutes separate us from halftime. As things stand, Chris Garcia, the difference maker for a Naples side that so desperately craves a victory here. Portland hunting a response though. Kamara, Barbosa, Yearwood, tremendous defending.
FC Naples goal by number 11, Chris Garcia. Goal, Garcia, 45th minute.
Well, big moment for Chris Garcia. Joined from forward Madison after a season in which he struggled to produce. In fact, Madison in general a year ago, one of the lowest performing goal-scoring outfits in USL League One. He only managed a goal to his name in all comps. He has now quadrupled that in league play alone this year. And on appearance number 12 of his league season, he produces a big moment for Naples. And talking to Matt Poland at the start of the year, the real question that everyone was asking is who will produce without Carson Henderlong? And one of the first names he dropped in the first month of the year was Chris Garcia. He said, it's going to be by committee. No one is going to produce the 14, 15 goals Henderlong gave us a year ago. But if we can get 5, 6 here and there, we can make up for it on the aggregate. And Garcia was one of the first names he mentioned alongside Dominic Bockstein and a few others. I think Matt Poland will be very happy to see him produce as he switches the play in tremendous fashion to Taylor Gray, who is onside. It's another dipping ball towards Oravalo, this time beyond his reach. Well, final minute of the added 4. And as things stand, FC Naples will go into the dressing room the far happier of the two sides. Drag. Chested down by Kamara. The whistle sounds against Georgialidis. And at this moment, it seems Matt Poland's side is content to wait for halftime. Beyond the added 4 now. And there is the halftime whistle. Naples started slow. A pair of glaring chances went begging for Portland, but on the stroke of halftime, Chris Garcia powering the hosts in front with a tremendous header. Naples leads 1-0 at the break as they hunt their first ever victory over Portland Hearts of Pine. And as things stand, they look the more compelling of the two squads at the end of the first half. A pair of big saves by Delgado keeping them in it, and then Garcia's opener on 45 minutes making the difference. As things stand, FC Naples leads Portland Hearts of Pine by a 1-0 scoreline. We'll take a quick breather. When we return, a look around the USL League One ecosystem. Stick with us. Well, back here at halftime, presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System on a beautiful night in Naples, where it's been a beautiful first half for the home side. FC Naples leads Portland Hearts of Pine by a 1-0 scoreline. And now let's get a look around USL League One, starting with our Week 16 Team of the Week. Not a lot of representation in this matchup included in the Team of the Week, but Jonathan Jimenez named Player of the Week after a tremendous performance against the likes of Portland in that 5-1 victory. Meanwhile, some Chattanooga representation as well with Jordan Ayambila. And now as we continue our look around the league, let's get a look at our Goal of the Week, Save of the Week, and June Player of the Month nominees.
Swung in towards the top of the blocks, taking down Bahania. Gets himself loose, gets a shot, gets a glorious goal for Emil.
It's a tie game in Greenville, and Cesar Bahena Jr. creates this chance nearly all by himself. Ball over the top, the keeper to beat, and the defense, but there's backspin on the ball. He recognizes that, and two guys to beat. Twinkle Toes moves to his right, curls the finish. It's a moment of magic for Cesar Bahena to get that goal that stands as the game winner and your select USL League One Goal of the Week.
Give it away here. Anor is in, and Anor, it's a tremendous save from Chen.
Look at this strong punch. Fantastic reflex save by Jan.
Dowdy in trouble. Alvarez with the poach. And the shove. Luis Alvarez fights through contact. Luis Alvarez!
Desdune. Almesh back for Desdune. Lovely build here. Jerry Desdune drives it central. Ortiz backs it.
They're playing the 5-yard, 10-yard passes in and around the halfway line rather than trying to get the ball forward.
That ball rolls in. Kamara takes a touch pass. The keeper. Kamara crushes the cords.
Ramon Torres linking well. It falls for Gebhard. Still loose and bashed home.
Oh, that was a beauty from Boise.
Wright breaks through for Portland, and Hearts of Pine lead it home.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
¡Espectacular! ¡Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino! ¡Hay gente revancha, doctor! ¡Pero falta gol! ¡Estamos a esperar a un gol! ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Qué maneja un futbolista? ¡Súbete, llegamos por fin! ¡Ay, bendito sea el chofer, doctor! Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte!
A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso.
¡Listo, vamos!
This is your moment.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
We welcome you back to Naples. We're at halftime, presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. FC Naples holds the narrow 1-0 advantage over Portland Hearts of Pine. And now let's get a look around USL League One with our out-of-town scores presented by Florida's Paradise Coast. Right now, no score around halftime between Richmond Kickers and Sarasota Paradise, and Mika Elavares return to Richmond. Meanwhile, on Saturday, a loaded slate. And through the weekend on Sunday, the big one of note, Fort Wayne hosting Spokane, and then Westchester hosting AC Boise. Boise looking to get back on track after falling last night. We round out the weekend with AB Alta hosting Red Hot Charlotte Independence. And now let's take a look at our halftime update. Dan Lucas has more.
It is halftime in League One. Time to get you caught up on the headlines this week. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio. Charlotte Independence set up an amazing group stage finale in the Prince Tigers USL Cup with its 1-0 win over Greenville Triumph. Charlotte is tied with Charleston Battery atop the Group 6 standings with a head-to-head matchup against the Battery in round 4. 3 more League One clubs with a shot to advance to the quarterfinals are Spokane Velocity, AC Boise, and Union Omaha. AV Alta drew 0-0 with Corpus Christi last week, extending its unbeaten run in League One to 9 matches heading into this week. During that stretch, AV Alta has allowed just 4 goals with 5 shutouts. Now, in that game against AV Alta, Corpus Christi head coach Ayman Zayed worked his 101st League One match. Zayed has won 44% of those matches, giving him the best winning percentage of all coaches to reach 100 matches in League One. Upcoming national spotlight games in League One and the Championship. Saturday the 11th, USL Cup finale between San Antonio and Chattanooga on ESPN2. Then a pair of matches on CBS Sports Network, Sporting Jackson Pittsburgh on the 15th, followed by AC Boise and Portland on the 17th. Then the big one on CBS Saturday the 18th, Pittsburgh hosting Louisville City. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
When you taste freshness straight from the Gulf, prepared by creative chefs who are always raising the bar, it elevates your appreciation for what dining can be. From today's catch to international cuisine, there's always something new to sample. And with flavors this remarkable, you can't help but realize this is paradise in every sense. Taste it yourself in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, Florida's Paradise Coast.
Hey, I'm ravenous, man. What's for lunch? Bro, I could really go for a sandwich right now.
Nah, let's do steak.
Nah, man, I'm feeling some pasta.
We move differently here, not in a rush, but in rhythm. We rise with the tide, cook with our hands, and speak when it matters. We pass on what's felt more than said. We laugh by firelight and stop to notice what others once saw. Every moment here means more because nothing is taken for granted. This is Maine, rooted in time, forged by nature.
You back to Naples, where the fans are watching the end of the Argentina-Cabo Verde match, a real thriller, and this one's shaping up to be a pretty good one as well, because FC Naples leads by a narrow 1-0 margin at halftime. Time to get a look at our halftime highlights presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Care for every goal, and it was a really fast start for Portland Hearts of Pine. Jaden Jones-Riley wreaked real havoc on the right-hand side, and Abubakar Kamara probably should have finished this. Jones-Riley doing all of the dirty work. Delgado can't handle this cross, and if Kamara just keeps this down, it's 1-0 Portland. And then there were more chances where that came from, but Naples started to grow into the match themselves. Cisneros keeping play alive. The referee said it didn't go out of play. And from here, a real chance for Chris Garcia, whose effort deflected out of play and off the side netting. But he would have one more opportunity before halftime hit. We'll get back to that in a moment, because the ensuing corner also created some danger. Hunter Morse punching it away, and Cisneros stinging his palms with a volley effort that nearly found the bottom right. But 9 minutes later, after some pushing and probing, Naples would finally have their opener. A really well-worked goal here. Arevalo plays this over to Cisneros, who whips in a really teasing cross, and it's right into the path of Chris Garcia, who does not miss twice. And there, on the stroke of halftime, FC Naples took the advantage that they currently hold. And now it's time for our halftime stats, which are presented by Arthrex. Does an injury have you benched? Explore orthopedic treatment options at orthopedia.com, powered by Arthrex. Naples on the front foot. They started slow. These numbers definitely favored Portland in the opening 20 minutes, but the second half of the first half onslaught allowed Naples to take control of the shots on target and possession battle, and that is why they find themselves in front. It was a strong conclusion to the first half for Naples, but it was only half the battle. An FC Naples side looking to end a run of 5 consecutive defeats in all comps against a Portland squad desperate to string results together. One of these two sides can go within a point of the playoff line, entering a busy Saturday in League One action, but both have plenty of work to do to get there. Sam Goldfarb bringing you the remainder of this one. Will it be Naples clawing themselves over the line for a victory they so desperately covet? Or will it be Portland playing spoiler and remaining unbeaten against their host tonight? Find out in a matter of 45 minutes and change on a lovely night with the sun setting in Naples. It is now Portland from right to left on your screen as we wait Diego Gonzalez to get us back underway. It is Naples from left to right, and we are underway for the second half of action between Naples and Portland. Sam Goldfarb thanking you for joining us. The lone goal scored by Chris Garcia on the stroke of halftime, a towering header after a well-placed cross by Julian Cisneros making the difference, and it was a real turnaround story after a shaky start. Naples stabilizing themselves and then finding their footing the other direction. If you are Bobby Murphy, you probably have to be infuriated with the way the first half ended, because 2 real chances for Abubakar Kamara and company that go begging, and from there, their pressing effort and their ability to close down the angles waned, and ultimately didn't just let Naples back in the match, they let Naples take full control of the match. Breck Evans, the former FC Naples mainstay at center back. He's played more of an outside center back, fullback role tonight. At times, it's appeared Portland has adjusted their shape into a 3. It looks like a true 3 in possession. For Naples, this is a squad that historically has been built on their back line, but this season defensively have really struggled. Just joint 12th with 23 goals allowed in USL League One play, and since the start where they really racked up clean sheets, they've been outscored 27-10 in the last 13 matches. That defensive solidity that characterized all of last season and the first month or so of this year will need to return, because Portland will create chances. Bobby Murphy himself said he's not concerned about opportunities coming their way. He's concerned about conceding opportunities and switching off defensively, which is what they did towards the end of the first, as Jones-Riley's cross took a touch and went out for the first corner of this final stanza. Well, as always, corner kicks presented by Anderson. You can trust your home to Anderson. It's Josh Drack with his first go of things so far. In swinger to the near post. It's still loose and tapped in. Serinya Mbakefe levels the scoreline. The unlikeliest of equalizers. And he is the man that pulls Portland on terms.
Portland goal by number 44, Sergine Faye.
Well, it's a cross that just runs all the way through and ultimately falls so nicely for Mbakefe. And all he has to do is bash it in. Picks out the bottom left underneath the legs of Joshua Yoder. And the center back pulls Portland even. 1-1 just like that. Bobby Murphy said he's not concerned with their ability to create chances. And create they did off of the first set piece of the second. That goal presented by Hopsized. It's a first in the league career of Serinya Mbakefe, joining Portland Hearts of Pine on January 8th after 2 years in the top 2 divisions of Bulgarian football. Someone who, when healthy, has been a fixture alongside Kamali Green. And with just his 7th shot of his entire league season, he levels the scoreline for Portland. It is a first goal in Portland colors for the native of Senegal. He's well-traveled, has played in Danish football, Bulgarian football, a number of international contexts after beginning his career in Senegalese football. And he's now opened his account in American football. Naples 1, Portland 1. Well, for those just joining us, immediately after the restart, after such a strong conclusion of the first half, Naples caught out by a corner to the near post that ran all the way through, and Serigne Mbake-Faye was there to greet it. Portland's center back has pulled everything even. Work to do now for Naples, excuse me. You have to figure Matt Poland is so frustrated by that. His side worked so hard for that opener, and bagged a deserved opening goal. But it is a switch off on a set piece that cost them. So O'Connor now looks long, headed towards Miglietti, but the flag is raised. Have to wonder how that will change the scope of things. Because as we mentioned, Naples had all the momentum, but Portland has shown a capacity, especially in the opening 15-20 minutes of this one, to establish control over things. Just wonder with the wind in their sails, maybe that allows them to swing the pendulum back in their favor. There's still a long way to go in deciding a hypothetical victor, and you'd feel a draw would probably feel hollow for both squads, but specifically Naples, given the significant home pitch advantage they carry, as well as the sheer length of this rocky spell of form, and that has far exceeded Portland's. Gray. Tracked brilliantly by Jayden Jones-Riley, who has not been shy about taking positions further forward and has remained a stout defensive obstacle. It's been an interesting weekend for Portland Hearts of Pine, because on top of this key fixture they faced tonight, the travel was exceptionally prolonged. A 13-hour travel day from Portland due to flight delays and such. Bobby Murphy mentioning that that's a product of the game sometimes, especially going on the road, but it's an added obstacle that they battled entering this evening. Garcia is headed away. Mbake-Faye concedes a corner.
Corner kick for FC Naples, brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
Well, the goal scorer doing his defensive duties as he usually does. It is the first corner of the second half for Naples, presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. So Chris Garcia to take. He's Naples' goal scorer. Seen his effort neutralized, though, by Mbake-Faye. Arcing in towards the back stick. Popped up towards O'Connor. It's a sliding challenge from Garcia, and Gray ultimately clattered right into the back of Abubakar Kamara. Cisneros. For those that have just joined us, we welcome you into the Paradise Coast Sports Complex lively area on the outskirts of downtown Naples. It is a Naples side that is currently level with Portland Hearts of Pine. Chris Garcia providing the opener on the stroke of halftime, but Serigne Mbakefe, just 3 minutes after the restart, powering one in from a corner. A ball that ran all the way across the face and fell so nicely for the center back. And just like that, all square, despite a match Naples has dominated on paper. Here's a pair of squads that enter tonight desperate for victory, especially Naples. 5 straight defeats, and in that span, they've conceded goals for fun. 13 goals allowed in the last 5 games in all comps. It's a squad that has not won since toppling Westchester in the Snowbird Derby on this very ground on May 23rd. That coincidentally is the last time they've kept a clean sheet as well. Clean sheet hopes were dashed moments ago. From Miglietti, real trouble for the Portland defense. Fans turn to CBS Saturday, July 18th for a USL Championship Eastern Conference showdown. Last season's champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC goes head-to-head with Players' Shield winner Louisville City FC in a must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action on CBS at noon on July 18th. Kamara, clattered into by Yoder. And now the referee will blow for that challenge as 24-year-old Kamara is still down on the deck. That's a point of concern for a Portland side that already lacks Ollie Wright tonight. Their joint top goal scorer in league play is slow to return to his feet. Yoder just comes right through the back of him. He's arguing he has a right to contest that, but he's left Kamara as a real casualty there. It's good to see Abubakar Kamara now back to his feet. Portland now readying 2 changes themselves, and they will make those now. Mikey Lopez, who returned from prolonged injury absence in the closing stages of the Richmond match, will replace Diogo Barbosa. Meanwhile, in addition to that, the new signing Dylan Singh, the loanee from Indy 11, replaces Abubakar Kamara up top. Both those changes presented by Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee, more in Paradise. So a welcome to League One for Dylan Singh, who spent the first half of this season with Indy 11. He opened the year as a starter, then fell out of the regular 11 as the spring wore on. So he gets an opportunity to play bigger minutes here with Portland. Here's the in-swinger from the free kick, still being knocked about. Awkwardly dealt with by Yoder, and out for a corner. So the trouble, not yet navigated by Naples. It is another set piece for Josh Drag. It's a teasing in-swinger. Comes to the heart of the area. Evans lays it off for Poon Angeron. Forces Delgado into action. Had to claim for security reasons. This has all the makings of a fixture that could really open up in the dying embers. Naples is probably going to emphasize its defensive shape a little more as this wears on. Bobby Murphy, more known for more expansive style as games wear on, especially via the counterattack. They will throw numbers at the problem if necessary. This is turned over now, and here's Gray. Garcia. Still a half hour to play. This could be a fun conclusion. It's a Naples side that has never defeated Portland Hearts and Pine in 4 previous meetings. Portland, 2 wins and 2 draws to their name, including that 1-1 draw in which Naples had to salvage a result at the death. The 2 players who scored in that game, and Ollie Wright and Max Glasser, are not playing for their respective teams. Wright, of course, as we mentioned off the top, out with illness this evening. Max Glasser has since retired, and that's a big part of the reason why Matt Pullen went out of his way to bring Jalen Yearwood into the fold. Nonetheless, we find ourselves with the same exact scoreline as the first meeting of the year.
Attention fans, alcoholic beverages will stop being served around the stadium at the 75th minute. You can keep the party going at the Cove on the north side of the stadium, including the watch party after the game as Colombia takes on Ghana.
Singh navigates through trouble well, and charging ahead for Portland. This is Dylan Singh, who lays it off to Georgilides. Georgilides curling it, and deflects wide. It is a corner now for Portland, and they're starting to rack the count up. This is now the 5th corner of the night, and Dylan Singh creating some havoc off the bench. Georgilides does well to receive it and cut inside, but Mastro Antonio makes himself an obstacle. It is a veteran block, but it is another opportunity for Josh Drack to whip in this Anderson corner kick. Trust your home to Anderson. It's taken short this time. Gonzalez back for Drack, who flips it in. Headed well over by Kamali Green.
Substitution
now
for
Naples makes changes. Taylor Gray off, and Andres Farine comes off the bench, looking to provide some attacking spark. Meanwhile, Omar Sis, a League One veteran who signed earlier today officially, replaces William Arevalo. Sis, more of a deep-lying midfielder during his 4 years with the Jacks, made nearly 140 appearances in his 4 seasons as a regular starter in Charlotte. They bring him in to provide more stability and more physical duel-winning ability. He gets his first opportunity in Naples colors now. So Sis for Arevalo, Farine for Gray. Both those substitutions presented by Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee, more in Paradise. Singh was signed officially on loan from Indy 11 on Wednesday for Portland. Meanwhile, Omar Sis joining permanently after spending the first half of the year without a club earlier today officially. So these are both of their respective club debuts and a key inflection point of both of their clubs' seasons. Well, fans, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more for the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Fans out in full force on this beautiful Friday night, in Naples. 4th of July weekend getting underway between FC Naples and Portland Hearts of Pine. We thank you for beginning your July 4th with us. Chris Garcia opening the scoring on 45 minutes. 3 minutes after the restart, Serena Mbake Faye leveling things from a corner. And that is where we find ourselves at the critical juncture of this one. We've highlighted the form. It is an eyesore for both on paper. Naples, 1 win in their last 13. Portland, it was 1-6 before their dominant victory over Richmond prior to the USL's mental health break at the end of June. Both these teams desperate to rectify their records and move within striking distance of the playoff cut line. But at the moment, neither poised to make up too much ground. Yearwood, that's clever. Evans steps with authority.
The louder you are, the more right you are.
Portland themselves, must be noted, struggled away from home. This is a side that has not won away from home in league play since their season opener at New York Cosmos. It's been nearly 4 months since they've accrued 3 points away from their coveted Fitzpatrick Stadium. Yearwood, back by Puna and Giron. Vereen, his first touch. It's a good one, but it's a heavy touch from Gio Miglietti to follow it. And Kamali Green now getting into it as well. Well, it is a pair of sides that don't back down from a confrontation, and that's evidenced by this incident. Kamali Green clearly took issue with Gio Miglietti dragging him to his feet, and Andres Vereen immediately coming in for backup. And our referee's got a lot to settle now. It seems routine. It's just a ball forward from Vereen. Miglietti doesn't do well enough with it, it must be said. Takes it right into Green's path, who may have sold this contact a bit excessively. And ultimately, Miglietti trying to race the center back to his feet is what set all of this off. It must be said, all of this seems rather pointless. It is all extracurriculars that aren't befitting of the beautiful game. But it seems our referee, Rubiel Vasquez, has gotten things back under wraps.
A yellow card has been issued to FC Naples technical staff.
Now a yellow card's been shown in Naples technical area. He's a member of Matt Pullen's staff that has talked his way into the book after that incident. Finally, it seems we're ready to keep going. In a match that could serve as a massive inflection point for one of these two sides, with both of them looking to navigate back into playoff contention. Still a long way to go in this season, but you can't afford to lose ground in these 6-pointers. There's a player down now for Naples. And it seems to be a cramping issue. And maybe Chris Garcia, the goal scorer for Naples. He's just worked his way back from a prolonged injury absence earlier. So he got off to such a fast start, then did miss some time, finally working his way back to full fitness. And you see here, just he and Gonzalez battling for it. Excuse me, it's George Alides, and after the fact, he just goes down. And it will be the end of Chris Garcia's night, so that is a point of concern for Naples fans beyond this. Ian Cerro will replace him in a leg-for-leg alteration. And Naples goal scorer has proven to be one of their attacking revelations this season. He's forced off with just over 20 to play. So that substitution presented by Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee, more in Paradise. The 29-year-old native of Aurora, Colorado, Ian Cerro, makes his 14th league appearance of the year. Has yet to score in league play this year, but he's someone who can offer some danger and a player that Matt Pullen's been familiar with for quite some time. Used to play in Nisa with Georgia Lions when Matt Pullen was managing Chicago House. And when those teams played each other, Matt Pullen mentioned how Ian Cerro gave his defense fits. And so the moment they played each other, he knew at one point he wanted to coach him. Brought him in ahead of their inaugural season last year. Yearwood. Sis. Floats this ahead. As far as Yearwood. Sis in some trouble. Forward from Yoder. We tick towards the business end of proceedings. It still hangs in the balance here on the Paradise Coast. Sam Goldfarb taking you throughout these 90 minutes and beyond. It is all square between Naples and Portland. Garcia with the opener. Serena Mbake-Faye, the least likely of equalizer providers, 3 minutes after the restart. And that is where we find ourselves as things stand. At the moment, both would go 3 points shy of the top 8. That occupied by Fort Wayne at the moment. But both would feel they've left some food on the table. Drawn upended. It's won cleanly by Mastro Antonio. That's well done by Farine. Former standout in the once they called us Academy ranks. Singh. Picked up by Gonzalez, who has runners. This is Drac. First time cross in. Cerro's there first. Miglietti still has yet to truly announce himself in this one. He's been left isolated for giant spells of the match, it must be said. The three underneath him have had the more attacking enjoyment throughout the night. Georgialides. Punenjaran. Trinidad and Tobago International. Just an engine in the center of the park. And even though he's undersized for a midfielder, covers every blade of grass so diligently and relentlessly. And Mikey Lopez were the usual partnership a year ago, and they'll conclude this. Jones-Riley runs out of real estate. Fans, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Sis. Farine. In the half space, Farine has a goal! Oh, that's exceptional! Andres Farine with an instant goal of the week contender, and Naples leads 2-1. Simply astonishing. No other word to describe it. Links up so well with Omar Sis, takes 2 touches and blasts it top pins. Hunter Morse can pick it out the back of his own net. Not a goalkeeper in the world is stopping that. Naples 2, Portland 1. Second league goal of the season for Andres Farine. He's known for the danger he can create as a dribbler. Sometimes the final product has fluctuated. The final product was there when they needed it most. And he provides one of the loudest top-sized goals Naples will have in this building all year. And that sends us into a hydration break where Andres Farine can get mobbed by his teammates for scoring a glorious goal.
Due to the high temperature of today's match, the referee has indicated a cooling break for the players. This break will last up to 3 minutes.
It is a goal so nice, you probably have to watch it thrice. So you're gonna see it again in a matter of moments. And here it is, in all of its glory. Andres Farine providing the ultimate moment of difference. Here's a look at all 3 goals. You'll see the final one in a matter of moments. Julian Cisneros picks this up and plays in a really inviting cross. And Chris Garcia there first. Then after halftime, this cross comes in from track on a corner. Serigne Mbake Faye is there first. Sometimes better to be fortunate, and he's fortunate with the positioning, but he dispatches of it with aplomb. And then moments ago, Andres Farine with a goal you need to watch on repeat. Absolute blast, top left corner, no chance for Hunter Morse, and that, as things stand, is the moment that would win FC Naples this match. And Portland has responded with changes now of their own. Punanjaran is off for Mateo Kidd in a like-for-like swap in the heart of midfield. Meanwhile, JT Kamara is on for Serigne Mbake Faye. The second, an attack-minded swap because Kamara is an out-and-out winger for a true center back. So those are the 2 changes presented by Seminole Casino Hotel Immokalee, more in Paradise. Kidd for Punanjaran, Kamara for Serigne Mbake Faye. And Portland with about 15 minutes and change to find an avenue back into this. As things stand, Andres Farine has produced an absolute belter that would power Naples to a desperately needed 3 points. Here's Singh. How can Portland navigate out of the ultimate deflating moment? Moments before the hydration break. That comes out of thin air. What does Bobby Murphy's side have up its sleeve? It was a squad known for its resilience a year ago. It was a squad that battled back from 1-0 down at halftime in Spokane to nearly power themselves into the USL League One final. What can they conjure in this scenario? There is your look at the man of the hour, a 25-year-old, a product of the Once Caldas Academy in Colombia, someone Matt Pullen discovered when building FC Naples from the ground up ahead of last season. Someone who had fallen out of favor at his boyhood club in Colombia. He takes the leap of faith to go to Naples, scored the first ever goal in club history from the penalty spot in their inaugural match last March. The goals and assists have come and gone, but when the goals are there, they are there in glorious fashion. And that was the ultimate example of that. As now Josh Drack is being tended to on the near side. Green. Cerro. Clattered down by Dylan Singh. We tick towards the final 10 minutes. And it's still all to play for, but Portland has yet to show teeth after one of the goals of the year in League One potentially. Here is the man that produced it, Farine. Drack this time doesn't let him get wide. Miglietti. Heavy tackle from Yearwood, and Drac is down. This is Georgia Lides for Portland. Singh beyond the reach of Mateo Kidd. Well, fans, you can enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Josh Drac is still down for Portland. It's been a valuable signing for Bobby Murphy's bunch. Spent last season, the bulk of it, at Westchester SC, and opened this year as a reserve fullback. Made the move to Hearts on April 18th, and it's been pretty much a mainstay in the 11 since, but in these warm temperatures in a match that has commanded high-intensity running, he is starting to grapple with the after effects of that. Here's another look at the challenge that cost it. Yearwood goes in studs first. He gets the ball first. Ultimately, Drac shaken up after the contact. Seems ready to keep going for now. Yearwood, Vereen in acres of space, and this is where he's at his best. Andres Vereen's cross into the mix. Cleared over the bar. It was a necessary intervention from Jones Riley, and it is another corner for FC Naples.
Anderson, trust your home to Anderson.
Andres Vereen wreaking havoc once again. Tell me if you've heard that before. And this cross is really dangerous. Ultimately, it's in a spot where if Jones Riley doesn't get this right, it's an own goal. So credit to the right back for knocking that over. It is, though, an Anderson corner kick. Trust your home to Anderson. And before that, Naples making one further change.
Naples entering the game for Aiden Macias.
It is Mark Torres who comes in for Aiden Macias. Torres, a usual starter for FC Naples, but grappling with a slight knock, so he's on limited minutes tonight. And he just hopes to anchor things as another fresh body alongside Omar Sis in midfield. In swinger, headed away by Green, and we will run it right back.
For FC Naples, and it's brought to you by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson.
More target practice for Kevin O'Connor, who is known to place the ball well from these scenarios, be it an in-swinger or an out-swinger. This is the latter. It's towards Omar Sis. Fell for Vereen, but the whistle sounded first. And Portland let off the hook for now. Here's Drac, still on the pitch after that challenge moments ago. Kidd. Pressured aggressively by Omar Sis and ultimately wins the set piece. Here's JT Kamara's first real touch. He's someone who can produce magic at the drop of the hat. Jones Riley. High arcing cross, one that doesn't trouble Delgado. Just a goal kick. Miglietti. Naples continuing to hunt insurance. I understand the importance of a fixture like this, but Cisneros has been caught out. This is Kamara. JT Kamara quality recovery from Julian Cisneros. What is interesting about this fixture is despite Naples having the better of most of the numbers, more shots, tripled the shots on goal, more possession as well, Portland has actually produced better XG. Portland at .99, Naples at .57. It's hard to account for sheer brilliance in XG, and sheer brilliance is what makes the difference right now. It is Garcia on 45. He was pegged back by Serigne Mbake-Faye, but then Andres Farine on 74 minutes, producing an absolute belter to power Naples in front, and as of now, put them in line for the 3 points. Kamara is looking to change that though, and he keeps this in play. Dinks a cross in, but Yoder makes himself an obstacle, just to throw. And now Portland making changes. It is the end of the road for Konstantinos Georgilides. He exits for Walter Varela. Varela a little more experienced, someone who did miss some time for the last couple weeks, but he is now back in the fold after falling out of the squad the last 2 contests. Long throw, half volley effort, and the whistle sounds again. Final 5 minutes of the initial 90. Here's a cross into Gonzalez. Heads it along to Singh, who has kept this in play for Hearts. Kidd. Will be an aerial onslaught from here on out for Naples to contend with. Kamara, deflected effort. Deflects beyond Varela, but out for a corner. And more opportunities from set pieces now for Portland. Another corner kick presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. In-swinger this time. Over the head of Singh. And more opportunity for JT Kamara to arc a long throw in if he so chooses. Instead, Jones Riley will do the honors, as he has done for the bulk of the night. Right into the court of uncertainty. Singh tussling. Singh's being grabbed up from all angles. Freeze unmoved though. Only as far as Lopez. Kamara. Turn from Gonzalez. Kidd crosses it in, and there's an equalizer. Portland hits back, and it's Diego Gonzalez back on the score sheet. For the second time tonight, Portland has leveled the scoreline, and it is a symphony of a move that results in this Gonzalez finish. So well done. It all starts with JT Kamara, and then Gonzalez just continues his run here. Kidd gets to the touchline, and all Gonzalez has to do is slot it home. And that he does. First time hit beyond the reach of Delgado, and all level once again. Diego Gonzalez, who joined Portland Hearts of Pine on loan in early June, produces a 3rd league goal in 4 matches for Portland Hearts of Pine. And once again, we're square. The hop-size goal that as of now would salvage a point for Hearts. But I don't think they'll be just content with a singular point. We've been treated to an absolute barn burner this evening. 2 separate 1-goal leads for Naples have vanished. Varela, he's hunting more for Portland. O'Connor's there. JT Kamara, who initiated the move that led to Gonzalez's tally. Varela, Kidd. Portland hunting more carnage. Varela, space to shoot. It's tipping menacingly. It's still loose, and Mastro Antonio wins the foot race with Singh, who may have fouled him in the process. It's not a bad hit here from Varela. It's tipping, it's awkward. Delgado just has to get his hands there. No chance to catch, and then Singh fouls Mastro Antonio trying to win it back. As we inch towards stoppage time, this has all the makings of another late drama in USL League One. Gonzalez is fouled. And now the wind is in Portland sails, a side that has spent the lion's share of tonight's proceedings on the back foot. Now with a chance to steal all 3 points. As you get a look at our classic Diamond Plumbing stoppage time, it's 5 minutes. Plenty of time for one of these two sides to find a winner. Gonzalez stands over the free kick. Toward the back posts. Headed out of danger. Yearwood could only nod it out for a corner, though. Another corner kick presented by Anderson. Trust your home to Anderson. Diego Gonzalez scored the equalizer moments ago, looking to put the winner on a platter for one of his teammates. In-swinger, it's dangerous, still loose, and knocked in! Portland has flipped it on its head in dramatic fashion! And they may have just stolen it! It's a mad dash around the goal mouth, and Hearts have stolen victory from the jaws of defeat. An in-swinger, the first header there from Singh, and then tapped in. It looks to be Mikey Lopez, the most unlikely of match winners. Singh with the initial header, and Lopez wrestles it over the line, and Portland Hearts of Pine have completely turned it around.
Portland goal by number 5, Miguel Lopez Jr.
A first league goal for Mikey Lopez, the captain in his second match since his return from injury. And he produces a hop-sized goal that has left the crowd stunned in Naples. Still time for Naples to salvage something. This is the first deficit they faced tonight. And in so uncharacteristic fashion, a Naples squad that led twice by multiple goals may fall in the most heartbreaking of manners. Just 2 minutes remain of the added 5. Heading into the final 2 minutes of the initial 90, Naples was clinging to what would have been a 2-1 victory. Now they're chasing anything as Vereen loses that race with Morse, and it is just a goal kick. If this holds, Portland Hearts of Pine would move 2 points shy of the playoff line at this current moment. So, excuse me, they move 1 point shy. Now it's hooked forward, and Kamara's just trying to race this to the corner flag. If you were looking for a better advertisement for USL League One, I don't think you can find one that beats this. Naples led 2-1 on 88 minutes. Portland Hearts of Pine, within a 3-minute span, have snatched a would-be victory after staring defeat in the face. It would be the first time they've won back-to-back league matches all year, and in a day where this one feels like a colossal inflection point in both clubs' campaigns, that would be a statement from Portland. They still have to defend for the next 30 seconds and change. Vereen, his spectacular, maybe a moot point. This is likely Naples' last gasp. Arced forward by Yoder and collected by Morse. Varela. We're beyond the added 5 minutes. It is all at our referee's discretion. Serral. Jones-Riley gets there. This is probably their final chance, and Serral left it dangling. Does Naples have one final moment of magic in their locker, or will they suffer the ultimate heartbreak on home soil? O'Connor arcs it forward. It falls for Sis, away by Kidd. And there is the full-time whistle. Portland Hearts of Pine have pulled off the most improbable of comebacks. They trailed 2-1 on 88 minutes. They win 3-2, and Bobby Murphy's men secure back-to-back league wins for the first time in 2026. They climb within a point of the playoff cut line, and they do so in jaw-dropping fashion. What a match here in Naples, Florida. And Portland Hearts of Pine flashing the trademark resilience that defined their inaugural season in a major moment of adversity here. Portland 3, Naples 2. That is where we will leave things for now. We will take a quick breather here from Naples, but don't go anywhere because we're going to look back on what was an absolute thriller in Naples after this short break. Stick with us. We welcome you back to Naples, where an instant classic has come to its conclusion in USL League One. Portland Hearts of Pine overcome a one-goal deficit and turn it around to win 3-2 in the dying embers. Our full-time score presented by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Let's get a look back at our full-time highlights, which is also presented Delgado does just enough, but it wasn't enough to secure a result because a 90+1 on a corner, a mad dash ensues. The first effort save, Mikey Lopez tapping it over the goal line, his first league goal of the season, and the captain powers Portland to the least likely of come-from-behind victories. And now look at the full-time stats presented by Arthrex. Does an injury have you benched? Explore orthopedic treatment options today at orthopedia.com, powered by Arthrex. Naples on the front foot for the bulk of the game, but these numbers do not show it because of the way Portland turned this around in the final 15 minutes. An equalizer at the death and then the winner on 90+1 has seen them actually outshoot Naples tonight and match their shots on goal tally when they were being tripled in that category ahead of the final 5 minutes. It is an unreal turnaround from Portland in an instant classic, and ultimately, Hearts climb within a point of the playoff cut line. Well, that is where things finish. It is a jaw-dropping affair in Naples, but the home side comes up short. A heartbreaking defeat as Portland Hearts of Pine scored 2 in a 3-minute span to secure a 3-2 victory. For our terrific crew, I'm Sam Goldfarb, saying so long from Naples, where it finishes Naples 2, Portland 3. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.